Hey there folks, this is GreenyXI welcoming you right back to Let's Play Danganronpa. This is episode 38. In last episode, we saw the murder of the chapter, when everyone was so close to finding their way out and escaping and everything, or at least getting clues and stuff in this data center. Well, a murder happened up in the garden, so that's where we're going to head to next, as we were told to at the end of the last episode. Monokuma file number 5, we were told... Well, she got hit by quite a few things, to be fair. But in the end, she was blown up. So, whichever way you look at it. Oh, we're being taken straight there. Nice. Okay then. Time to get started. Need to check anywhere that may be important from one end to the other. Just need to do what I always do. Yeah, let's kick things off by looking at the, obvious stuff. If I check the body more thoroughly, maybe then I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. Well, the hair don't look quite as pink as you might think. That's not letting us go to it. Yeah. Huh? There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they're getting in the way of normal activity. Fake nails have been added. Okay. There's also something on the back of her right hand. Is this a tattoo? Got burned so I can't make out the whole thing, but... looks like a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. Okay, tattoo on the right hand as well. 2 bullets from one search. Okay, it's quite a few things going on here. The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. Oh yeah, we put water on it. It's because it got set on fire and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? Exploded body analysis. Okay, this is where the knife went in, I think. The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only one little piece left. Oh, okay, I thought that was going to be the knife part. Lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it. Which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? Okay, that seems to be everything we can do with the body right now. Oh, it's this. Look like fragments or something. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like it before. But wait. Was it there? I'll have to double check that later. There? I don't know. I'm not actually sure. There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this... must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. Yeah. Monokuma file said the knife went all the way through the body from front to back. Does that mean this knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife looks really familiar. Wait, is this? You got there eventually. That's it. It's the knife that person was holding. This is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And that same knife was used to stab that same masked attacker we found here. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because... when they attacked I was in a kind of trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife. Maybe then And if this really is Kyoko, it would mean Kyoko is the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. Knife at the crime scene. Okay. Should we check out the flower again? I don't know why, but... is it true? Does it really eat paper, plastic and people? Okay, doesn't seem to be anything to do with the case. I want to check out the control panel. That's what the little bit of debris looks like. It's the panel that controls the sprinklers. It's set to turn on at 7:30 every morning. Hold on, so sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning? Then if the body was here before then, the sprinkler should have gotten it wet. Which would mean the murder must have taken place... Okay, that was a nice clue. How about the chickens? Remember there were some chickens in the chicken coop? But there's only 4! Huh? 4? What's going on, Makoto? Oh, I'm glad to hear. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? Of course, there were precisely 5. Yeah, right? What's wrong? There's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short. That's so weird. Wonder when it disappeared. Probably got eaten. I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then. What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. If even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. Did my best to ignore Hero and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? Maybe. A chicken! It's a chicken! Okay, the shed. Bound to be something in the shed, right? Just to be sure, I should have a look in the tool shed. Yes, you should. This room is dusty and disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed. Oh, that's new. Is this a tarp? Was there a tarp in here before? I should probably look into that. It could be related to the case. Oh, go on then. Bloody hell, so lazy. Top is wet and covered with mud and grime, but the underside, totally clean, completely dry. One side of the tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. Okay, tarp. Tarp's always something to do with this, isn't it? It's the one thing in here that concerns me. Let's have a look at the pickaxe as well. Something carved into the handle of this pickaxe. It's the crazy diamond thing from Mondo. Yep. Pickaxe is connected to Mondo somehow. Definitely intriguing, but now's not the time to worry about it. Okay, it was just nothing really then for now. Seems to be all we need in the tool shed. What haven't we looked at? I don't think there's anything else. Okay, let's just talk to everyone then. Listen, Makoto, do you remember how the body looked, you know, before it blew up? If I remember right. It was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Byakuya said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody. But for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it. Okay. Wow, thanks, that was a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked. Having to talk about it like that helped me remember it a lot better too. So thank you too. Body before the explosion. Okay, Toko. Oh, got in. Who does that body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not going to look. I don't want to faint anymore. Fair enough. Come on then. Good time, Makoto. I want to talk to you. Okay. What do you want to talk about? I'd like to hear your alibi. Alibi? Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. Boy, you're asking about that now. And what's nighttime got to do with it? Naturally. It's not obvious. This murder took place after nighttime. How can you know that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hero's been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here. So the murder could only have taken place at some point during nighttime, after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina and I were in the gym together the entire last night. What? Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all 4 of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko. That's right. And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well. What? But you never came to the door, so where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth, I was in my room. I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so that's hardly an alibi. I know. So what now? You seem to be at quite the disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? Uh-oh. All about the alibi. And Hiro. It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and? Oh well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember what that was. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock as usual, and I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym, where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko went to go get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then? Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. Okay, that's right. It had to have been right around 9 o'clock. Ah, now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 AM. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small job. Oh yeah. When the body was found. I think that's everything. Yeah, I think I've checked everything I need to in the area. But I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. specifically that fragment I found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions, and I still need to find out more about Kyoko. Is that corpse really Kyoko, if that's true? Was that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? Is he going to show that part one more time? If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I can get into her room I'll be able to find out more. But the key to her room... Oh yeah, he took it. I'll simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity.
What?
Limit my options? Give me the key to your room. Don't have a choice, I have to see if you'll let me borrow her room key. Okay, one more time. Hey, Byakuya? If you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it. Later, at the class trial. Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take the risk. You're the prime suspect after all.
What?
Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then will you go with me? So I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later and we'll see. Depending on my mood, I may go with you or I may not. Come back later, huh? Okay, in the meantime I should look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area. I don't really know where they mean. But luckily this game has something really handy. Check out the map and the exclamation marks. Nowhere else on this floor I need to look. The gym. Of course it is actually. Is where Monokuma exploded. Well, not exploded, but got dismantled and stuff, I expect, is it? Probably. Monokuma's laying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't be here. The bomb. Just found something. What is it? It's what? A bomb. It's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure. A bomb? And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden. Okay, fragments near the dead body. Okay, I've checked everything else I can think of. All that's left now is Kyoko's room. I should head back to the garden and ask Byakuya. Oh, okay, back up. Bit of pointless backtracky stuff. Not as really much backtracking, but he could have just given us the key straight away. It would have been easier. You think you can go soon, Byakuya?
Let's go.
You want to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well, let's go. Ah, wait for me! Byakuya walked off without a second glance, and I hurried after him on our way to the dorms. Ah, it's not going to take us right there then. Okay. Can't unlock it myself. Oh my god, game! Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid it into the keyhole, and then... click! And it's open. Looks like it. Thanks. Okay, let's try again. Let's see what her room actually looks like. It's got pink on the bed, that's about it. So this is Kyoko's room.
What?
You want to come here, right? So what's it you're looking for? Nothing in particular, just thought we might find some kind of clue here. Clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Come on.
Can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here. Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete, something to give us some sort of direction here. More concrete. Oh, I know. Earlier Kyoko gave me something. What's this?
It's true.
Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. Does this count? I'm sure I have it somewhere. I found it. What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it. Well, something has certainly happened, so open it. Okay. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets.
What?
That's all that was in there. Yeah, it looks like it. Under the sheets. What could it be? I want to check this thing out first. I'm curious. Something on the table. It's a wood block decoration.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. I think I know where it goes to. It's a room with loads of lockers that look like that. Lockers that those really traditional public bathhouses use them for lockers. Oh, okay. It told me when I thought I was being smart. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
It's
But if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Really? What? Unless I'm mistaken. Pretty sure I saw something in the dojo. Dojo? Okay. But before we go there, let's check out the rest of the room, under the sheets. But could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets... What's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Class 78 student registry. Mukuro Ikasaba. It appears to be Mukuro Ikasaba's profile. Looks like it. It's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key. God, you're so annoying. Fine, I'll tell you. It was a key and something else. That's it. This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said her death without meaning was unappealing, and this is what she left behind. Oh. Excuse me. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together, then looked down at the profile sheet. Mukuro Ikasaba, female, ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she's a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood, and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information, and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenra for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she'd received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Mukuro's profile. Okay, all with the military and stuff. The Ultimate Soldier, mercenary group. This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction and the other is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That was how I saw things as just an ordinary person, but then...
I see.
I never imagined I would hear the name Fenra in a place like this. You recognize it?
Naturally.
The Fenra Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. But they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. It's all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say I'm intrigued. Every rumour I've heard says that Fenra is already... Whoa! I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player and a bit player is becoming our hero. Ah, it's you! What have you got in your pretty little hand there? Uh-oh, you found her profile? So what if we did? Don't freak out on me. I'm not going to hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know.
What?
The rule violations really so unforgivable. You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. Proper school life is built on a dedication to organisation and order. Which is why even I, as a school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well? Absolutely! I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is, now can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, why, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting? It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. Don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that. Oh, here we go. When you all first got together in the main hall way back when, there were 15 people there, right? I think the first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. Misunderstanding? You saying... That's right, there weren't actually 15 of you. Total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16, so at least we got it confirmed now. 16? Then, why is he so shocked?
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
And that's the 6th time it's shown that. The 16th student, Mukuro Ikusaba. She's part of the school life, so the one making all the regulations is... Why? Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Oh, well, because... Like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You won't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know? Make sense? Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you. Revenge? I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kirigiri, so I'm going to share a little secret with you. Seriously? You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. What? Okay, now that's all you get. He's given us quite a few hints. Monokuma's account is going to be a truth bullet. Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars. Wait, it's on the back of her hand. The tattoo. Wait, but no. Monokuma specifically said there were scars, right? That's why Kyoko wears those gloves. To hide the scars. Which means... those fake nails on the corpse. Are you thinking about Kyoko again?
What?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His trap?
Such
God must have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here.
Right.
Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules to the game. But why would he tell us that, and why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there won't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to the case. Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? She's a student and she killed someone. That would make her part of the school killing game. Mukuro is the killer? She killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind. Mukuro Kusaba isn't the culprit. What makes you say that? We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behaviour makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point.
So
Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense then to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. The way you say it, it definitely does seem possible. But if that's really true, if Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. We should find out if that key and the dojo really are connected. That's what I wanted to check next, actually.
let's go.
Well, are you coming? Are we being taken there? Oh, we are. I'm not complaining. Right. Come on then. I don't know which one is for, but... there are wooden lockers here. These wood block keys just like those at the super traditional public bathhouses. Looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go to one of these lockers.
I see.
Rigoto, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
Very strange.
That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. Oh. You understand what that means, right? I should probably use the key we found on that locker, right?
That's right.
Well, just try it. Okay. I took out the wood block key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock. And... click. The locker eagerly accepted the key and it opened. Can a locker be eager? There are arrows in here. It looks like 10 arrows in total. They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks? Okay, titanium arrows. Or strong sticks. Oh, there's something else inside the locker. It's a wadded up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Is that a blood stain?
See.
If it is, that means it must surely be related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow. How could it possibly be involved? Okay, we get clues all over the place. I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. Is something wrong?
Very
It's
strange.
very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. How did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or perhaps... Byakuya? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. What next location? I was wondering that. There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenra. You mean the mercenary group that Mukuro was part of? How are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't it obvious? We're in a school. Would you go to do research on something? He's talking about the archive. That's right. The archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to.
Let's go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. That's how we... By the way, I do want to finish up all the investigation this episode. I think it's going to be shorter anyway. I believe there was a file related to Fenra somewhere over here. The episode, no, the investigation. No, the investigation, not the episode. Byakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to a shelf in the back. Ah, here we go. He quickly returned with a file in hand. Okay, what have we got for us?
I see.
Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? Well, to be fair, it looks just like blurry dots. I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Well, whatever. I'll read it for you. But I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? Fenra is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Some, however, believe there were mounted internal tension within the group, and they simply imploded. Good one, I guess. What is it? This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality, the only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes this all so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. So, did anything jump out at you? This may be a last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it, the report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? That's right, it said Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would like to know something interesting related to that? To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on the body. What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir? Could that mean Mukuro Ikasaba's profile? Oh, we're done! Okay, I thought we would have gone back and checked out the corpse's hand first, but apparently not.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us. Organisms, the earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that. Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial. So, please meet up in the usual spot. See you later.
Then the time has come. What we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
That's right.
It would seem that way. Let's go. So far, Chapter 5 has been really short, hasn't it? I mean, it seems to have gotten to the class trial a lot quicker than the other chapters. Whoa, no. Whoa, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together. Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together. Just the two of you. You jealous? Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking and brace yourselves. He'll be here any second. Any second. He could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed and prepared myself. But we stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen. And then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again. What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or... Oh! Or what? Jesus! Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that? What? I made you wait? You got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait.
In other words,
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here now, can we? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. When we heard that voice, we all spun around to look.
Hey,
Kyoko! She's alive! I'm here, and no rules being broken. Kyoko? Kyoko, you're still alive? No, that's a ghost! Stop talking. If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right? But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
is that...
I made it to you just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty, officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later. No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you. When Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko. Kyoko! She really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God, I'm so glad you're okay. Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us. He's right, now we've got to deal with a ghost. I told you, stop talking.
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator. Master, wait for me. Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long.
But...
I'll be happy when this trial is all over. One after another, everyone piled into the elevator. But I I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Okay. Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you. Where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So,
Correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that. I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then when did you find out?
So...
Just now. I finished my search and came back down, just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late.
However...
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you're on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to?
Wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words...
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What? Ooh. Okay.
Just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
We can go over all the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now I just want to focus on surviving our current situation,
It would seem...
because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her? That's a strange way to put it. Class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? Okay, let's get going. Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. We haven't actually had a death this chapter. I mean, there was someone, but everyone seems to be you. And the door slid shut. Wow. 6. This time the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of our eyes, but it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was the blinding light of despair. Hey! Look how colourful it is.
I can't wait!
I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed. Let's get on with the show. And so the curtain opened for the 5th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. Deadly riddle, deadly defense, deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Oh yes! We've made it to the trial for chapter 5. We're whizzing through this bit. Okay, so I'm going to end things off here before we get started. The trial itself is actually... Well, there are a lot less things to contradict. I'm not sure if it's just as long as other trials, but with a lot more just talking, plain talking. But, it's a lot less to it. But there is a bad ending to get in this one. The first bad ending of the game. Instead of, not just a game over, but a bad ending. We'll get more onto that next time, and I do want to show it off. Just for the sake of it. It's been Greeny XI. Hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again in a bit when we go for the class trial. See you in a bit, folks.